we're live.
We are live.
We are live. It's probably, they're hearing this later, so but we're all the way live. This is the second installment of we don't know what this is. We don't. This is something that we've been doing a long time since VHS and Friday dinners.
Friday dinners.
Friday dinners. Okay.
Friday dinners. The fam.
Go ahead and kick it off.
Well, hey everyone. Again, it's a brand new episode, and we're both excited here.
Yep.
To share more about ourselves.
Mm-hmm.
To share more about what we like,
Mm-hmm.
what we don't like,
Mm-hmm.
and the things that we kind of want to see coming in the future, right?
Mm-hmm.
So,
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
taking a dip in the past, but then always bringing it back home to the present.
Yeah. And who are you? Who are you, sir? Who are you?
I am Gio. For those of you who know me, I'm also Anna86,
From the Matrix.
longtime streamer on Twitch.tv.
Woo!
Taking a break right now, but it's been a fun 12 years, I got to say.
Creating in a different way.
Exactly.
Creating in a different way. Creating in a different way. I'm the good homie Gus. I'm Mikey's papa, more importantly. And first question, do you want to start with mine?
Yeah.
Okay.
Let's start with yours.
Okay. So, I forgot. Okay, if you're gonna have a meal by yourself, and this is for those that are okay having a meal by themselves. Oh, okay. Let's say you're gonna take the person you love the most. It's you and that one person. For me, it's gonna be my wife, of course, Mikey too. But if I'm just taking my wife out to dinner, and I get to pick whatever kind of meal it would be. Like I get to pick the meal of what we're dining on. That's like you said earlier. That's a loaded question. That is a loaded question because there's a lot of fantastic places to grab a good meal. But
Especially here in the Bay Area, right?
yeah, man, we have
It's a ton of
everything.
good food.
We have everything. Okay, we have everything. Okay, so and then this is a question that has a lot of depth to it. So the place I would pick is Mission Rock.
Okay.
So Mission Rock is a restaurant. Okay, no. Is that it? Am I saying that? Hold on. Let me reel it back. Mission Rock's a good restaurant, but I don't know if it's like we're doing it that type thing. But okay, I would say what me and Mish like to go to Espetus.
Okay.
Espetus is have you been there?
I have not.
It's a Brazilian steakhouse. The first one's in Frisco. The second one opened in San Mateo. I don't know if there's more than that, but for my introduction to if I'm saying it right, churrascaria, like Brazilian barbecue, that was my intro to the one on Market or Golf, whatever. When it was small, when it was super small. So you never have. So it's pretty much okay. So you walk in and there's like a salad bar, right? And then you go to the salad bar, there's different kind of salads, and then they have the hot entrees, and they have this thing that looks like a lasagna. They got all kinds of food, right? But then the main thing is when you sit down, these waiters will come with a knife and like a skewer with different kinds of meats, and they'll come to you they'll cut the meat to your table. Not like Korean barbecue where they cook it for you, more like the food's cooked here. I'm just cutting it on your plate now.
Right.
So they just keep cutting it on your plate, and then they have all kinds of shit. My shit though to always get is a picana. There's a garlic beef I like. The beef ribs. The beef ribs because it comes out on a cart. I like the beef ribs a lot, and then I'm a sucker for the pineapple. They throw cinnamon on the pineapple and it's just like roasters, Joe. Like they have like walls and it's just constant skewers moving back and forth. It's like lechon vibes, but it's not a lechon. You know what I mean? It's
Right.
everything else but that.
It's that rotisserie.
Yeah.
that you get.
And they got white rice. They got all like everything there. But when I go there, I don't eat any.
I'm salivating just
Yeah.
listening.
I don't eat anything. But like I straight to like whatever the waiters come out. And sometimes they have garlic shrimp. It's
Okay.
that's a good, like if me and Misha about to be out, that's a good one. Espetu's is a no fail. Like it's established. Their product is what's up. You know what you're getting if you fuck with like Brazilian barbecue like that. You know what you're getting when you go to Espetu's.
Okay.
There's other spots like Fogo de Chao. We had once or twice, but Espetu's for us, I'm probably even saying it wrong, is our shit. That's our shit right there. Brazilian barbecue. What is yours?
So you laid the groundwork of like the whole thing. Me,
Yeah.
I don't got anyone special, so it's just me taking my happy ass to where
Yeah.
I feel like going.
And that's cool too, because people like when you're a couple, you have to think about, is this person gonna fuck with the food?
Right,
You know what I
right.
mean?
For
But-
me, it's just like, all right, let me just think about this a quick
Yeah.
second.
What I want to do.
Grab my keys and let's go. Right. So, like you said, it is a loaded question. Like on a night like this, it's rainy as hell. It's cold.
Okay.
All right. Back in Arizona, there is this little, like, tiny ramen shop that I
Shout
love
out
going
to Arizona.
Shout out to Arizona.
Wow, you go to a ramen shop in Arizona?
Yes, there's ramen shops in Arizona.
No, but like, but you set the tone like it's a rainy day.
Yeah, we have
Yeah.
rainy days and it's cold, and I was just like, I'm craving something warm and
Soothing.
soothing, comforting.
Soup is good. Soup is great.
Definitely good. So this place is called Tom Popo Ramen. Shout out to Tom Popo Ramen.
Shout out to Tom Popo Ramen, man.
Out in Tempe. Love that place. It's a very tiny ramen shop, but it produces its own noodles.
Damn,
so it
I
produces
love
its own
that.
noodles,
I love
right?
that.
And you can see like when they're making it and stuff. It's great.
Hand
It's great.
pulled.
Right.
Hand pulled.
And then you feel the heat when you're sitting like right there.
Yeah. Because that kettle is going, especially if it's a
It's
small
going.
spot. Yeah, that kettle's
it's going. It's going. Like you can sit against the back wall and kind of enjoy the experience with a more distant view, but it's temperature wise, it's more comforting.
Yeah. No, I hear it.
So
I don't do a lot of hot. I'll go to Hawaii. I like Hawaii. I've been in a minute, but I don't do a lot of hot.
So on a cold night, on
Okay.
a cold rainy night, that's where I'm at. I mean,
Okay.
hell, if it's a nice bright summer day, I would still, if I'm feeling ramen, I'm feeling ramen. That's where I go.
Yeah. I like that.
Now,
What's your go-to here? Like, what's your item?
it's the tonkatsu ramen with extra chashu, karage on the side,
Oh.
so it's nice and crispy, freshly hot, cooked,
Mm.
and then top it all off with a Japanese soda. The one with the little bead that breaks in.
Is it like the milk soda? Is that
Kinda, yeah. So
why are you making that face? Is it a yogurt soda? Is that a thing? A yogurt soda?
there's a yogurt soju. I made that face because I'm just like, it makes me like remember that yogurt soju. This place does not exist anymore. This was one of my hangout spots in Arizona.
R.I.P. to the ramen spot.
No. The ramen spot still exists.
Okay.
But the place where I get the yogurt soju,
Oh.
that place is gone.
Yeah.
That's called ROC as the abbreviation, but it's Republic of Korea like bar.
Mm.
It's a fusion bar. They serve you food,
Mm-hmm.
so it's like fusion Mexican, and then you got it's a full-on bar,
Mm-hmm.
and then one of their key items is the yogurt soju. First time having it, I was like, oh, this is really good. So I downed a whole one, and it's this tall, right?
Yeah.
But I'm just like, you're thinking you're drinking a Colt the whole time, and you're like, okay, I'm getting all the probiotics in and everything. So I ordered a second one. Halfway through that one, I felt the need to go pee. As soon as I stood up, the alcohol rushed right in.
Yeesh.
I had to text my best friend and be like, I had a yogurt soju and a half, and I don't think I can drive.
Yogurt soju sounds like heavy on the stomach.
It's not.
I gotta
surprising.
poop after this.
Surprising, it's not.
Really?
It's not.
Mm.
So, and that's the deceptive part about it is it tricks you into thinking, oh, this is nothing, right? this is fine.
Yeah.
I'm totally fine.
Yeah.
But it's the second you get up and your body kind of like normalizes,
Yeah, I don't like that.
that's when you realize you're like,
Were you by yourself drinking?
I was by myself.
Yeah, you're out. He was getting it. He was out there. It's Friday
Well,
night, and I'm feeling all right.
I'm gonna be real. I'm gonna be real. It's payday, and there's a cute bartender, right? So
You know what I thought you said? I thought you said there's a coupon for tenders.
No.
But you said a
Cute
cute bartender. I was like, coupon for tenders? I love chicken tenders. I love chicken tenders. Oh my God. I'm so there. I'm getting drunk with you. Getting younger showed you. So what's the name of the ramen spot? One more
it
time?
was called the Tom Popo Ramen was the ramen shop.
Tom Popo Ramen.
Yeah.
You said you get the tonkatsu ramen
Tonkatsu ramen
with extra chashu.
extra char-siu, and then thick broth. The thick broth.
Thick broth. You don't get gout?
No, I don't get any of that.
You bet, because I know you're popped in. Shout out to my community. Like, so you got to take it easy with the bone broth and stuff, bro.
There's a lot of for some reason I have a lot of genetic advantage right now.
Congratulations. You know why? Because you're sweating it out. Let's call it what it is. With we run hot. I'm sorry, everyone. If you stand next to us.
If you were, I feel bad for the person who has to be like right here because it's gonna be a sauna.
That sucks. We're generating a lot of money right now. That sucks.
It's just like cold outside, but it's warm here.
Yeah,
it's tropical in here.
So we're getting ramen. But yeah, I like that.
Right?
I like that. What was your question?
So because I've been kind of thinking about this, like with the fact that I've changed jobs. So last year I got laid off midway through the year. Been out of work and job hunting for 6 months straight.
You've been creating though. You've been cooking you've been cooking on the side.
Yes.
They don't see the cook yet though. I'm gonna let y'all know.
And that we're gonna keep that quiet for now.
Yeah. He's cooking right now, y'all. So respectfully, he's cooking right now, y'all. It's on a low simmer, man. You gotta enjoy that simmer.
So one of the questions I kind of asked myself, like while job hunting, is if I could choose a quality of life to have in my job. I don't care what it is, but just an ask, right? Whether it be like feasible right now, like something that they could literally do for me, or if it's just something that's going to take a lot of work to make happen, like what would that quality of life like add on be? You
want me to answer, or do you have to answer?
I do.
Go ahead. You go first.
So for me, like, and I know this probably, I mean this might hit with a few of y'all, but hear me out. Everyone gets tired after lunch, right? Right? Doesn't matter who you are, doesn't matter where you are. Like once the afternoon hits, your food is settled in, you get sleepy. So the one thing I would love as a quality of life for just any of my jobs, 1 hour of napping. Paid and protected. Can never be fucked with by a job.
Paid protected nap times?
Yes. Because and think about it though, if you had that hour nap to re-energize, right? The rest of your day should go by smooth. And like the other thing is, what's one of the number one causes of accidents in the afternoon? People falling asleep behind the wheel. Yeah. You wouldn't be tired, right? You'd have that hour nap.
It's not Panda Express.
No,
the Panda Express really just hits you, and you're like, I need a nap. the chicken teriyaki with the power greens. Power greens, chicken teriyaki.
I overloaded on fiber. I overloaded. It's the super.
It's working right now, man. It's working. The power greens is power greening right now. That's hella
fiber
quick.
Is going through.
Yeah, zoom. I need a nap now. That was a lot of work right there. I need a nap now.
No, but I mean, like, even when I'm working from home, I felt like as soon as my lunch settled in, and I'm like the afternoon, like 2 or 3, I want to say, it just energy level just drops.
Really?
My focus is just gone. And even though I had a good night's sleep the night before, it still hits, even working from home. So I feel like that especially like.
Is it the sitting? Is it the sitting all day?
No, because I sit stand. I have a sit stand desk.
I have a sit stand desk too, but I ain't sit stand in a minute. I've been doing a lot of sitting.
Not a lot of standing.
Yeah, doing a lot of sitting, man.
You think about standing. You think about standing.
Yeah, dude was like, no, you know what it is? Like, I gotta stand up in a minute. Let me just sit real quick. I gotta stand up in a minute. Let me just rock out this meeting real quick. Yeah, no. So that yours will be nap.
Yeah, like a protected like hour nap. Honestly.
I say this, and I say this because I feel like I get to enjoy these moments currently, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's a quality of life that is nothing that I want to obtain higher. It's something that I'm very appreciative of and want to share, is being a father and being able to attend events.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know, like I missed a couple early on, and I because of work,
mm-hmm.
I felt like I was missing out, and then I had to change jobs a little bit to find my balance,
mm-hmm.
and being able to anytime you're a family member like has an event, like especially my son, like when he has an event at school, to be there, to be in the crowd,
mm-hmm.
to be a face in the crowd, right?
Right.
That was the best. I regret not going to any of your concert stuff when he was playing the drums. I don't know, this dude played the drums. This dude was sweating a storm at J Sweat. He was sweating a storm. Drum, and not an emo drummer though. He was, you know what I mean?
It was rock.
Same hair, right?
Oh, roughly, yeah.
Yeah, he's had the same hair since high school, y'all. Me too.
Not much has changed, and arguably that's probably what keeps me looking young.
We're consistent, dog. I'm letting you know, this is like our happy place. I'm gonna stick with my happy place right now. I'm consistent, dog.
No, but those of you who know me, they've seen like different hairstyles.
Your hair has never been long to put in a ponytail.
No, not because that's just too hot and too much work.
Also, you're military kid, so none of that hippie shit in my house. You're not wearing that hippie shit in my house. Sound like that's my dog. His dad's my dog. I'm gonna let you know the way I can kick it with his pops. Oh, I love that dude, man. That's my dog. You my dog. Yeah. Gus was out here early. Yeah.
This is family. This is comfort.
This is, you know what I mean? This is family. Toronto. Yeah, that would, to be able to attend your kid events. Just to circle it back.
I feel like in today's world, like with relationships today, are people more committed to actually like finding a true love, a true soulmate, or are they just kind of finding their financial match at this point?
Ooh, I think people are looking for a 2-in-1 in that equation. Would you not say that sounds about safe?
That sounds safe.
That sounds
honestly.
safe, right? Like, if I don't know, like I say women would have the bigger luxury when it comes to this, as far as like being with someone that would financially support you. And I'm not gonna say that my wife doesn't financially support me, because she does, though. The mental and the spiritual will make everything else balance out, right? But then it is with my wife, it is true love, like 1,000%. Like with the support and the backing and the love and the biggest cheerleader on the side. That's Mish, 1,000%. Like, you know, that's Mish 1,000%.
And I agree with you 1,000%.
Yeah,
honestly.
you see it.
I see it.
You see it.
I see
You
it.
see it.
Hanging around here, helping build this and working on this. Like
She built. You know what she builds? Real talk. She built this. She built my heart. There are relationships in general, right? Like you have to go through the ones where you weren't the greatest person, where that person was a great person. You got to go through that, and then to find out what is really meant for you, and then like to digest what a toxic relationship that you created or someone created with you is those suck, but you have to know those. You have to know what that feel like, right? So when I have something true, like I knew, and I say this all the time, I knew within the first year of dating Michelle, I was like, I'm gonna marry this one. Like that was it was already there, because it was I wasn't used to the giving. Michelle has a very big heart, and she gives, and she's loving, and she's there. Like that's the one. So it's when you've dated girls and like one would have that, but they wouldn't have this. One would have this, but one would have. But not to say I'm picking and choosing, but at the same time, I know like my parents had a rocky relationship, so I know what rocky relationships are. You know what I mean? I've been front line of those. You know what I mean? So I love my parents. They working it out. But I know what that's like, and I felt that maybe sometimes I looked for that, or
to avoid that. You mean?
No, it was like sometimes you try to avoid it, but then at the same time, like you could be the one creating it, right? Like I don't like you don't know that
subconsciously.
You don't like.
Yeah.
I had a lot of trauma. Like, and I'm saying this out loud for the first time. I had a lot of trauma, I think, from like 20 till about like 25, because we had a lot of people pass in our family. It was Dottie, mommy, then Tito Philip. Papa George was a little earlier, right?
After
Tito Philip, yeah. No, that 5 years was really that was a heavy blow to our family. You know what I mean? When you lose those figures, and like I want to numb myself. Like I would go to church a lot, but I also smoke hella weed, and I was just trying to numb the feeling. I just wasn't trying to feel. And sometimes when you don't feel, you forget who you're doing it to sometimes, and then or you're absorbing it. You know, and it goes both ways. Like bad relationships are bad relationships. No matter, like I know I've been fucked up in a lot of relationships, and I'm sorry. I know who I am now. Like I was a little shithead kid, just trying to think about myself, and I was being greedy. And you have to be able to look at yourself and be like, yeah, I don't want to be like that anymore. Like that's not healthy. You know what I mean? So. But Mish, you become the person, like in a relationship. Sorry, Joe, I'm rolling right now.
No, you're good.
Sorry. When in a relationship, like when you meet someone and you want to be with this person, right? It's also about becoming that person, becoming the person that they want to spend the rest of their life with too. It's that like that balance, that the yin and yang, like the harmony of it. Because me and her are two totally different people. Totally different. But at the very same time, like we're very much the same. Like she's hilarious. People don't know how funny she is. She's hilarious. And if you ever get the blessing to speak to her, like you see how sweet and how caring and how loving she is. She cares with her whole ass heart. She doesn't know how to love halfway. And that's one of the things I love about her, and sometimes things that I'm like, come on, man. No, I love you, Mish. Yeah, I don't know, in relationships now, I don't know, bro. Like, I'm not jealous of your situation of like dating. It seems to be easier, though, right?
Arguably, yes. As far as like getting to meet other people, like if your goal is to meet as many people as possible to find the right one, then you have basically a vast ocean that you could swim through.
It's kind of crazy.
Yeah.
It makes it easier and harder to cheat. Social media, it's just, I don't know.
Hell, the iPhone, just find my phone app.
Dude, get out of here, bro. Y'all are tripping. I am too, I don't have time for those games no more. I'm good, man.
I was never into any of those games. Like I've always been the type to want to date for the end game. You know? Like I don't want to waste a whole lot of time, but I do want to take time at least getting to know our foundations to see if we truly match, right?
Was there a one recently?
Recently, yeah, that ended because of long distance. I mean, she's in Indonesia, I'm here in the US. Our lives didn't really seem like they're going to cross at any point. So we both just kind of
Streamer?
She was, and you know.
When's the last time you talked to her?
Not very recent.
Oh, okay.
So, not very recent.
Good for you.
But we're
strong-willed.
But we're in a place where it's like if we end up talking, like there's no animosity, nothing. It's just, you know,
someone cool to hang out with.
Yeah, because we were friends initially.
Shout out to the friends.
So we were friends initially, and it's like, yes, there are pieces of our relationship that I miss, but the distance will always be the issue at the end.
Do you remember the last time you got kuyad?
Kuyad.
Do you know what that means? Last time you got kuyad?
I've never been kuyad.
You never been kuyad?
No.
A girl's never like turned to you and be like someone you thought you liked, and then all of a sudden she was like, yeah, right, kuyad? And you'd be like, she just kuyad me, bro.
Yeah, no, I've never really had that, actually.
In there. Maybe they think you're young. Maybe they think you're younger.
No.
That's why.
I think, no, for me, I think it's always been, I've been very direct. So if I see someone just as a friend, you are literally just a friend. And until because I'm very direct in that sense, until I say that I'm interested in you, assume that we are just close friends. And that's the safe route, because I have accidentally misled a few, and I apologize. And I've had to apologize.
Damn.
But
out here,
I always make it clear that at this
Aeon
point,
night. Aeon night.
At this point, like, you know, if I had
no camera.
We're doing this all audio right now. For those of you listening right now, it's literally all audio. We're probably gonna have stills of us making funny faces, and
it's fine.
But you're missing some fun facial expressions and gestures right now. But yeah, I've had that, you know, and I admit there are times where I'm just absolutely dense.
That was this, I think.
Oh, okay. Dense in terms of like I'm not seeing like what, you know, if they're flirting with me.
What is your steez? Like right now, if you're gonna describe a girl, like what is it? Like, do you have an ideal girl that you?
Do I have an ideal girl?
Like, is she one of your favorites? Like, let me see your phone real quick. Like, show it. Like, no one can see because we're just doing audio.
Okay.
Let me see what she look like. Yeah.
The latest one.
I'm not gonna touch your phone though. Never touch another man's phone. I have to clean this in weeks.
Not without sanitary
Oh
wipes.
my god. Oh my god. There was this little video that someone sent to me. I don't know if it's true or not, but it was like, it shows all the minutes, the average minutes per day of porn being watched, and like it went all the way through. There was like 10 countries. Philippines was number 1, like 13 minutes of porn. I think the average was like 6. The Philippines was like average is 13 minutes. What is she? What nationality is she?
She's Vietnamese.
Is that right? She famous? She's what's she in? I don't watch, like, I'm not in on any of the Asian shows though. So you got to put me on game.
I know her from Twitch.
Oh, she's like,
But I'm not gonna go into too much detail because
his phone is so smooth. I just picked up his phone and it almost slid out of my hands.
I clean
Yeah.
it very well.
That's right. No evidence. Yeah.
Until you shine a black light, then I'm fucked.
Yeah. There we go. You're welcome. You're welcome, guys. Iridescent. You know what iridescent is? It's like a shark fin. Remember when people were getting shark fin suits or
Yes.
like shirts?
I remember that.
Yeah.
I remember that.
I was like, what's going on
That
here?
was an interesting fashion phase.
Yeah.
I don't think that's one that's gonna come back either.
What's your what was your favorite show on Nickelodeon?
Oh.
On Nickelodeon though, like a show you discovered on Nickelodeon.
Are You Afraid of the Dark?
You know what? I've watched a couple of them. That's the R.L. Stein one, right?
No, but I mean it's not R.L. Stein, but it's ghost stories essentially.
Okay.
It's ghost stories, but yes, in the sense that it's similar to R.L. Stein.
It was kids like horror stories, right?
Yeah, so it would be like every
Afraid
week.
of the dark.
What did they call themselves? The Midnight Club or something?
Okay.
But they would meet up out in the forest at a campsite where they had a campfire.
Okay.
And then each week it would be a new kid, you know, sharing a ghost story that they either made themselves or had heard of.
Okay.
And that essentially is the episode that you watched. Is they fully animate, or well, I guess not animate because it's live action, but they fully act out the ghost story.
Okay.
So, and for me, because like you said, R.L. Stein has been one of my favorite authors. Stephen King also.
You finished the Stephen King book?
I finished the Stephen King book.
How many?
Let's see. 10.
Damn, I couldn't finish one, dude.
So
Stephen
Shining,
Yeah.
still great. Still
You
great.
be reading? What's the last book you read?
Last book I read, besides like manuals and stuff.
And it could be ebook. It could be ebook. But
Okay,
like the
okay,
last like novel, like as you call it a novel now, right? It's not a
Right.
book anymore.
Well, if we're going graphic novel, it was one about Darth Vader.
You
Amazon
like
Kindle.
that fan lore, huh?
I do the extra lore, especially because like
Go
Other-
ahead, dig in.
other than what's shown on the movie screen,
Yeah.
and on like talked about on shows, like I want to know his glory days. You know,
Darth Vader?
Darth Vader, before he became, you know, the old man that we know him, like, you know, fresh out the fresh coat of paint, essentially Darth Vader. That's the Darth Vader I want to get to know.
fresh off the lot.
Right.
Like he's got the new. He has the new car smell.
Right.
Vader has the new car smell.
Freshly rebuilt from Mustafar.
You know a lot more about so Star Wars for me. It's the culture behind it is what I love. Like Star Wars, like the movies aren't great, right? But I enjoy the culture of what Star Wars is. I'm very bare bones as far as like the knowledge, because I know there's hella books. Like it's a whole there's a whole section now, right? I could go to fucking Barnes and Nobles, but who does that? But people, you do that. You go to Barnes and
Nowadays,
Nobles.
yeah.
Shout out to Barnes and Nobles for staying open though, because they got coffee. But yeah, like what was I saying? The Star Wars. Yeah, Star Wars. That's it. That's all I had. Yeah, that's all I had. No. Yep. And I forgot.
But how did we drop down this hole? Hold on.
Lore.
No, before that, we were talking about. Oh, I showed you my phone, and then that's where things kind of got
Oh yeah.
sidetracked.
Homegirl, yeah.
But
That's just easy.
right now, yeah.
What nationality girls have you dated? Like, what were the nationalities?
God, we really gotta put me out like this. Okay. So let me tell you what I haven't dated.
No. Just name the ones you have.
Okay, obviously Filipina, obviously
Yeah.
Chinese.
Okay. Were they mixed, or is this one person or two person? You're saying it's two different people?
Two different people.
Okay.
Two different people. as far as Filipinos go, that's a longer list, honestly.
Dang,
So-
June night, boy.
That's why
June night out here, boy.
at this point I'm just like, maybe stay away from Filipinos for a little while.
You know what I mean? I got me a good one. You go find. You know what it is? You can't bunch them up. You got to.
Agreed.
Like you
They
can't.
are different.
Yeah,
They're different.
Yeah, absolutely. You know what I mean? You got to just.
But as far as
find yourself one.
yeah, let's see. I dated a black girl before,
Word.
so
Word.
that.
What was her name?
No.
What was her name?
No.
What was her name? What did it sound like? What did it sound like? I want to know.
No, I don't. Well, I don't. I don't want to.
Why'd you look at me and be like, "Hey, I dated a black girl before"? And I was like, "What? What? You didn't? No, for real?
Yes.
All right, let me see a picture of that. Let me see.
No, I don't have that picture.
Was this in Arizona?
No. That was
Out here?
That was out here before I left.
Before you left?
Before I left.
There's a little kid we don't know. He has a kid running around the East Bay. And it can't look like you. Look at that kid look like you. He's sweating. That kid look just like you.
Man, that's gonna keep me up late at night now. I mean,
That's
as far as I know,
funny.
nothing.
That
As
was
far as
funny.
I know.
Hey, you had a girlfriend graduating out of high school, right?
Yes.
Yeah, you were serious about that one.
Yes, I was.
I seen that and I was like, hey yo, it's like, hey, tell me I gotta relax, like, cause like, okay, how we're 6 years apart, 7 years apart.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're 7 years.
Six, 7 between there. It's like 6 in a few months.
So if you were 18 when you graduated from high school, I think I was like 24. I seen how serious you were. I was like, hey yo, for real, this is. He goes, yeah, I really like her, and I was like, all right, man, you just graduated. Like I was like, you just graduated.
I should have listened to you then.
There was a whole ass world out there that's waiting for you now, dog.
And then being in the East Bay in a small high school, yeah, there was a lot I did not know.
Man, but see, you majority of your growing up was in Daly City. It's in high school who's like who you become.
Right.
You
Or
could-
at least your first big steps on becoming the true you.
yeah.
I guess.
Do you still talk to anyone from high school?
No. I have. I should be talking to some of the friends that I made back then, but I feel like so much time has gone by. It's hard for me to like even reach out.
If you keep thinking about it, all you're gonna do is think about it. You
Right.
gotta. You should do it. If you think about that person, they're thinking about you too. Right? That's
the flip side of the coin.
That's the weird thing about how energy works. Like when you put a sound out there, like when you put a wavelength, like you put in your bat signal, someone's gonna catch it, right? So be very attentive with your thoughts. So you should holler. I definitely think he should call her, and then the next time, or her, him, whatever. Well, next time we connect. As we're recording, we have to get a follow-up, because if you didn't call back, then you're bullshitting, because you ain't doing nothing else.
Right.
You are not doing anything else. You are roaming the internet. You're traveling the World Wide Web. You can send a text, dog. Send a text.
That's
Do
true.
you have this person's number still?
No, that's the thing. I don't think I have their number.
They got socials though?
Yeah. I probably still have them on Facebook,
Yay.
but you know me and Facebook, I hardly ever go on.
I use that shit now. I reached this age, like I reached this level of being how old I am. Like I kind of enjoy Facebook. I was like, yeah, I like this. Like I can shop here. I can buy stuff.
I want to blame my parents for my dislike of Facebook now, just because they're on it so much that I'm like, I do not want to be on there.
You know what though? Tell your parents I get it. I get it though. I know. I'm committed.
I mean, Facebook
Start
is
liking my shit though. Tell your mom and your dad they're not liking all of my stuff. You know what I mean? That thumb ain't gonna thumb itself, bro. Could you handle that for me?
That's +2 every time.
Papa, that's at least 2 from that house. Kui Harry's good from 1 too. All right. Do you want to wrap up?
Yeah, I think we should wrap up.
Yeah, because I just found out he used to date a black girl. I did not think that, dog. I gotta see. You don't have a picture of her? Mm. So you stopped after black girl. So have you dated like a Latin girl before? Hold on.
Yes.
Yes. All right. Well, you were in Arizona. You were in Arizona.
Yes, that's what I was gonna say. I'm like, I kind of,
they gonna find you. You know what I mean?
Pretty much.
Everyone thought you were Chinese.
So I got so many different The people thought I was Korean. Some people thought I was Japanese. Some people thought I was Chinese. Someone even thought I was like
Reservoir Kids, like Native American.
No, I didn't get that. I didn't get that at all.
I would have said that you're Native American, huh? I would have said that.
You wouldn't be wrong. In that case, because
Papa George.
That's where I got that from.
Yeah. You know what? Like that last name. I'm not gonna even say the last name, but that last name. Like I always thought it was like a Filipino last name because y'all were Filipino and that was your last name. But I look at the last name now, you're like, oh yeah, absolutely not. I just thought, oh yeah, that's their last name.
You're like, now clicks. It's like, yeah.
I was like, that's their last name, right? Yeah. Yeah, Papa George.
Shout out to Papa George.
Shout out to Papa George. Shout out to the Rabbit. Shout out to the Blue Van. Shout out to the Concord. Shout out to the, I think he had a Celica. Papa George was pulling up. I was like, yeah, Papa George is here. He had this blue car in the Philippines I loved. So whenever Papa George, like when I was in the Philippines and I was like Joel's age, right? Papa George would come home and then they would tell me, so I'd run out and I'd jump in the car with them and he'd just drive me into the parking lot. Because do you remember seeing pictures of the house? Like there was a gate.
Yes.
To go in the house. Like I like this is like if I'm digging deep in my core memory of like my first memories of being like I remember that Philippines trip because I was there for like a week. But like that was one thing was that Cuisine walking me to the candy store, to like the sorry store. Like I said, Papa George, like they would say, Papa George is here. I would go, they would open the gate, I'd jump in the car and would drive and things like, yeah. Because it was like a small car. It was so cool.
You know he had a Harley, right?
Yeah.
I wish I could have at least gotten one ride with him on that Harley.
Oh yeah.
I wish.
They were the map. My mom said they were called the Motorcycle Association of the Philippines. Map. Oh, we should make those T-shirts. Map.
We should learn how to ride Harleys.
I can't. People don't know how to drive here.
That is true.
It's too many I can't be aggressive on a bike because like my door is my leg. You know what I mean?
That's true, yeah.
And 80% of the time I'm picking someone up, dropping someone off, so I can't be on a Harley. You know how much a Harley would be? Like one. You'd have to spend like 15 to get like a nice looking one. Mm-hmm. But then for that to be your first bike out, that's crazy.
Oh, yeah. Unless if you want to take your chance like the used.
Oh yeah, true.
You could take your chance at the used one. That way you can.
No, that is
really
used.
Yeah.
No,
wait, that is used.
Harleys are expensive.
Oh,
Harleys.
I haven't looked honestly.
Yeah. You want to go riding? You want to go learn how to?
I started to learn in Arizona actually how to ride a motorcycle.
Really?
Yeah. That was one of my birthday gifts from my homie.
But you in a helmet? Oh man.
No, that was the problem. I would fog up and then.
You'd have to be no helmet, huh?
I would have to have like a very.
Like a peanut.
I would have to have either like no visor or a very like anti-fogging visor.
And especially on a hot day, that's crazy.
Yeah,
that's crazy.
I mean, I'll have the short hair for it, so at least I wouldn't have to worry about messing up my hair.
If you had a ponytail, you could just pull it back. I always thought it was cool when because Jippy had a bike.
And he had the hair.
Yeah, and he had the hair. Yes.
And he had the hair.
I partied with that guy in 3 different countries.
That's something I could never say. I've never had a friend that I partied in different countries with.
Now that's family too, though.
Yeah.
So it's, yeah, that's family too, though. That's
an even bigger bonus.
Yeah, like I didn't understand what that was until we were in it. Like, but I was like, oh, like we're out. Like I was outside with Jippy. Like we met this bartender, and then she wanted to kick it with us, so we hung out. It was cool. She was fly. She was fly. Jippy knew I was feeling that. She was fly. Yeah, that was fun. That's fun. All right, I think wrap this shit up.
We're gonna wrap this up.